Right now, your body is preparing to survive something that isn't going to happen. Your heart is a little faster than it needs to be. Your shoulders are tighter. Some part of your mind is scanning, waiting, bracing for a threat that never arrives. You call it anxiety. You treat it like a flaw. But the real answer is far stranger. That feeling isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. The problem is that it was built for a world that no longer exists. Picture one of your ancestors 50,000 years ago standing at the edge of tall grass. The grass moves. Maybe it's the wind, maybe it's a predator. There are two kinds of people in this moment. The first one relaxes and assumes it's the wind. The second one's heart slams, their muscles flood with energy, and they run. Now here's the question that decides everything. If it really is a predator, which one survives? The calm one dies. The anxious one lives, and the anxious one is the one who has children. And those children inherit that same fast, twitchy, threat-hunting brain. Multiply that across thousands of generations. Every single one of your ancestors won that bet enough times to live long enough to reproduce. Not one of them was the calm person who guessed wrong. You are descended from a flawless, unbroken line of warriors. Anxiety isn't a defect in the system. Anxiety is the system. It is the reason you are alive to feel it. So let me ask you something. If anxiety kept your ancestors alive for 50,000 years, why does it feel like it's ruining your life today? Because the threat changed, and your brain never got the message. The psychologist responsible for much of how we understand this is Joseph Ledoux, a neuroscientist at New York University who spent decades mapping fear in the brain. What he found is that your fear response doesn't start with thinking. It starts with a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. When the amygdala detects a possible threat, it doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wait for the slow, reasonable part of your brain to weigh in. It fires first. It floods you with adrenaline and cortisol. It gets your body ready to fight or run before you're even consciously aware of what scared you. This system is fast, brutally, beautifully fast. It has to be, because in the world it evolved for, the cost of being slow was death. But think about what your amygdala is actually reacting to now. There is no lion. There is an email. There is a text that says, "We need to talk." There is a meeting at 3 o'clock. There is a number in your bank account. None of these things can eat you. Not one of them is a physical threat to your body. And yet your brain runs the exact same 50,000-year-old program. Same racing heart, same flood of chemicals, same desperate urge to escape. Your body is preparing to outrun a predator that is actually just a notification on your phone. Now stop for a second and notice something. While you've been reading this, have you started to recognize this feeling in yourself? That tightness before you open a message you're afraid of? That dread before a phone call? That is your ancient brain mistaking modern life for the savannah. Here is where it gets even stranger. The researcher Robert Sapolsky, a biologist at Stanford, spent years studying stress in wild animals, and he noticed something that should change how you see your own mind. A zebra being chased by a lion experiences enormous stress. Its body floods with the same chemicals yours does, but the moment the chase ends, the zebra goes right back to grazing. Calm, done, the stress switches off. You don't do that. You can't. Because unlike the zebra, you have imagination. You can replay the threat after it's over. You can rehearse a threat that hasn't happened yet. You can lie in bed at 2 in the morning and run from a lion that lives entirely inside your own head. The same mind that lets you plan for the future. The same gift that built civilizations is the mind that won't let the fear turn off. Your intelligence and your anxiety come from the same place. You cannot fully have one without the other. So what do you actually do with this? Because understanding where anxiety comes from doesn't make your heart stop racing. Start with one shift. The next time that wave hits you, the racing heart, the tight chest, the sense of dread, try not to fight it. Fighting it tells your brain the alarm is correct, that there really is danger, and the alarm gets louder. Instead, name it for what it is. This is my ancient alarm system going off. There is no lion. My body is doing its job. It's just reading the wrong map. That single reframe does something powerful. It pulls the steering wheel back from the fast, reactive amygdala and hands a little of it to the slower, thinking part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. And that thinking part is the only part that can look at the grass and decide, calmly, that it really is just the wind. There is one more thing you should know, and it's the part almost nobody tells you. The goal was never to get rid of anxiety. A person with zero anxiety is not free. They're in danger. They forget the deadline, walk into traffic, ignore the real warning sign. You don't want the alarm gone. You want it calibrated. You want it to fire for the lion and stay quiet for the email. So the next time your chest tightens over something that cannot actually hurt you, don't ask what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Ask instead what your body thinks it's protecting you from. Thank it. And then look at the grass and decide for yourself whether it's a predator or just the wind, because right now your body is preparing to survive something that isn't going to happen. And for the first time, you understand exactly why.